Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Katelyn and it's so nice of you to join. Today we are doing I need to fix my mic. Today we are doing a monthly reflect and reset, and I just have to say this is going to be a very different monthly reset than my previous ones have been for this year, and that's okay. I am totally accepting of it because remember, our goal and our word for this year is self-compassion. I am being compassionate with myself. I am not being down on myself at all from this month, which normally I would be so like beating myself up about it and just like I would just not be very nice to myself. But we are not being mean at all. We are just stating facts and we are going to move forward, and it is what it is. Some months you have some pretty crappy months and some months are great. So for the month of April, this is honestly going to be so unstructured. I don't even know how I'm going to film this. I'm just going to film it and we're just going to go through it. For the month of April, I had some goals set out. Don't think I achieved any of them. We had some healthy daily habits that I wanted to keep. I don't think I kept any of them. And yeah, April kind of just threw us for a loop. And I will say, normally April is like a month that I really like because typically it's like the season is finally changing. It finally is starting to feel like spring. It's like that weird time where it's like, yeah, we get a bunch of cold days where it's like we still have snow. But overall, like, you know, we're on the up and up, right? April's also my birthday month, so April 25th I turned 26, which was kind of crazy. And this was the first, I kept saying to everybody, I was like, this is the first year that I don't really love the number that I'm turning, because last year was obviously my champagne birthday, so I was like 25 on the 25th, and it was like super special because we did like that big road trip across the US, and we went and visited like my friend Claire in Kansas City, and then we visited Justin and Alexis in Texas, and like it was just like such a cool birthday. And not that this birthday wasn't great, literally I had such a nice birthday this year. It was just different. It was just like different. So anyways, it's been a month. We also experienced loss this month. I'm gonna try really hard to keep this really quick because I do not want to cry today. But we had to put our family dog to sleep at the beginning of this month. He was an old dog, and I'm sure you guys know him from the vlogs if you've watched, but Tanner, he got old and there was just some complications in his health that it just wasn't, they weren't able to be fixed. So we had to put him to sleep. So that's been really hard this month, and I really do think that has been a huge contributor to why this month has just kind of been like a blah month, and that's okay. Like, I am letting myself grieve. I'm letting myself feel sad. You know, I'm letting myself grieve like moving from one like quarter century to the next. It's crazy. It's a lot of change all at once, and it was just very like impactful towards me. So that's basically just kind of what we've been going through this month. And while there was really low lows, there was also really high highs. I got to meet Carter for the first time, which was just like so much fun. I loved meeting her. It was like meeting like, it wasn't even like meeting a friend. It was literally just like being like, oh my gosh, I have known you for my whole life, and like we finally are just like hanging out again. And I love that. But I will say the thing that everybody shows on social media of like meeting friends who are like far away that you've been talking to for a long time. Gosh, I did not want to cry this video, and I'm gonna get choked up the whole video. Meeting friends from far away for the first time and like getting to see them is so fun, and it's like just so exciting, and it's like, oh, this is so fun, so fun. But there is nothing harder than having no friends really that live close to you. And it's just like, I'm so thankful for this like light that's been brought into my life again from the internet. And it's just like so cool that we get to like meet people from different like parts of the world, parts of the country, parts of your province, whatever. but it just sucks because it's like, I would love, like, honest to God, if Carter and I lived in the same city, I probably would be at her house every single day. And it just sucks. It just sucks. It's like you're reminded again about how it's like you feel so connected on the internet, but you also can feel so far away. So that's a whole other thing. God, I really should get like a tissue or something because my eyes are like leaking like crazy. Yeah, so all in all, it was just a month of really feeling a lot of emotions, and I'm proud of myself for how I've handled everything, and like, you know, just kind of staying at a steady neutral of like I'm accepting when I'm like feeling really, really happy, and I'm accepting when I feel really low. And normally, you know, I want to say like last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I would not be able to come out of feeling that really, really low. Like I would be like, I'm really low. I cannot get out of this really low. Like, so anyways, that's where we're at. Basically, I'm going to go through the goals that we made for this month. But I already know that they were not really met at all. Honestly, look at this. I didn't even really finish filling out this one. Like I filled this out for when I filmed my video last time, and I didn't even really fill it out, like finish filling it out. And honestly, I didn't even start the one for next month. So who knows? Who knows what's going on for next month? But for my goals for this month, in April, I wanted to read 5 books. Did not do that. This was my lowest reading month, and honestly, I am so happy. I only read 1 book this month, and I'm so happy with the book that I did read. Like, I loved that book, but I really think it put me in a slump because it was a sad book, and we'll get into it, but it was sad. And then this month was just kind of sad, so I think that's what happened, was it kind of put me in a sad place. So anyways, I also said I wanted to have a low spend month. That did not happen. I really, whoa, hi kitty. I really like compensated my feelings with spending, and I know that that is probably not a healthy way to cope, but honestly, like I kind of just let myself feel what I needed to feel and do the things I needed to do to heal, and it was definitely not a low spend month this month. I will just like flat out say that. I wanted to journal daily, which I didn't do, but I did pick up the journal a lot more, especially when Tanner passed. I started journaling a lot more, and it just like, it really does help just like put me at ease at the end of the day. Like I just kind of like, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, like I feel good. So I didn't journal every day, but I journaled a lot in the month. So I mean, I'm gonna give myself that because I don't think I've met any of my other like goals, but anyways. I wanted to work out 3 times a week. Did not do that. I think I worked out 1 week once. And it wasn't even really a workout. It was just like we went for a walk. Yeah, no, did not work out. So that's fine. No phone on Sundays. I didn't do that. And I honestly forgot I even gave myself that goal. So yeah, that was great. 2 new recipes. We did do this. We tried a bunch of new recipes because I think we got HelloFresh this month. So we got 3 new recipes. Then we tried 2 new recipes from my Magnolia cookbook. Oh, and I guess technically, I mean, I didn't make it. My mom made it for us, or for me, because I asked her to. For the week of my birthday, I was like, she makes this tofu that tastes like feta cheese, but it's like literally just tofu. Oh my gosh, it is so good. And I just like was like, can you please make this for me for my lunches this week? And she did. So I guess technically it's a new recipe because I haven't like made it before, but like I also didn't make it. I just ate it. So anyway, but yeah, so anyways, some weeks or some months we are just not going to make our goals, and that's okay. And I will say for next month for goals, I honestly don't even know if I'm going to set goals. I haven't had a chance to like sit down and set goals yet. I was actually going to do it today. So if I do have any goals, I will put them here. But for this month, but really I want to just take it really easy. I want to just like take time and just like really reset. Like I want to put things so basic. Like if I'm doing any like healthy habits daily, if I want to do like a habit tracker, I want it to be like literally like wake up at 7:30. Well, no, that's a lie because I work at 7:30, but I want it to be like wake up at 6:30 or like make yourself breakfast every day, or like, you know, just like simple things. Like I want to bring it way back to the bare bones. But yeah, that's like the main thing. Like I really don't even think I'm going to set that many goals, if I do set any, but if they are, they're going to be very, very basic, which I'm totally fine with. It's just like, I really want to get into it. I feel like because I was like climbing on goals, it just hit a point where it was like, you've set them way too high. And then we had a really traumatic and emotional and experiential, is that a word, month, and it just dropped, but it's fine. But yeah, let's talk about the book that I read this month. I read one book this month, and it was If He Had Been With Me by, I don't even know who it's by. I don't know. I'll put it up on the screen. I loved this book. I think I gave it a 5-star. I might have given it a 4.5 at the time. Like I have to check my Goodreads, but honestly, I could say it was a 5-star read. I loved that book. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry talking about the book. It was a sad book. And I don't normally like reading sad books because they really put me in a funk. And like, obviously it's put me in some kind of reading funk because I haven't read anything since. But like, it was just so good. And like the way that this author, like basically it's about this young girl, young boy, they're next door neighbors, they're best friends, childhood best friends. And at the beginning of the book, they tell you about something traumatic that happens, and then it flashes back to however many years ago. I think it's like 5-ish years ago. And it tells you about them like growing up through high school, but then in their high school times, they're flashing back to younger moments when they were friends and then they weren't friends. And then, you know, it's just like the things of like how you know, grow as a person when you're in high school, and like how those kind of years really just like turn you, and like you learn who you are, and you learn what you like, and you know, you go through these like relationships that mean so much to you so deeply when you were young. And then like looking back, like I think reading it as a 25-year-old at the time, like reading it as a 25-year-old, I was like, wow, like I related to so much of what was going on in these books, and like how she was describing like how she felt around like friends at school, and how she felt like towards like this best friend that she just like, they kind of just had a falling out. And like, I don't know, just the way that this author wrote this book, it was so good. And like, if you don't like sad books, like I would say try and give it a chance. Look up trigger warnings first, obviously, but I would just say give it a chance because it's a really beautiful story. And I think the ending is very like, you either love it or you hate it, but I loved it. I think it leaves so much open to your imagination while also just still closing a chapter. And like, it was really good. I absolutely love that book. So I really recommend you guys to read it. I think it's honestly in the top, like my top 5 so far for the year. So, I loved that book so much. Let's talk about some favorites because I honestly didn't have many. So really the book was that one favorite. We didn't really play any games this month. Like we weren't really like into like gaming again this month. Haven't really watched any shows. Honestly, I've been a YouTube girly again. And if you missed my last monthly reset, I talk about all my favorite YouTubers there, and it's still the same. So go check that one out. See those people, check them out. They are just like the best. But they have all just been really comforting to me to watch. And like, you know, when you're feeling like down, it's just like nice to have like essentially your friends that you get to see on like a daily basis. So that's really nice. And then also obviously the NHL is in the playoffs, NHL playoffs are happening, and the Leafs are in the NHL playoffs right now. So we've been just like consuming hockey right now, and it's fine. Like growing up, my dad always watched hockey, and like I would like casually watch it with him. And then like when I was like in like high school, I kind of like didn't really care, and I was just like whatever. But now Austin obviously is very sports centered. He's a very sports centered person, and he said the other day actually, because I don't say that I don't like sports, but like also like I'm not really like if I was here by myself, I don't think I would turn on the hockey game. Maybe I would, I don't know. But Austin always is like, you love sports, because when I'm watching a sporting event, I am in it. Like even on TV, I am like hooting and hollering, and I'm jumping up and I'm screaming and I'm clapping. And Austin just thinks it's the funniest thing because he's like, you love sports, but I say I don't really know. But anyways. And then honestly, I'm just going to talk about some happy moments that just like you know, like things that I liked, but also just like, I don't know, happy moments. First thing is I think it's called Happy Color. I have to double check. Happy Color app on my iPad. Carter told me about this and I have a bone to pick with her because this thing is so addictive. It is a coloring, it's like a paint by number type of like color thing. But they have literal Disney pictures that you can color, and oops, I just started one, I didn't mean to. They have Disney pictures that you can color, and if you go like my feed, these are the ones Austin has done. Like, anyways, there's like just tons and tons of things you can color, and they're beautiful and they are so addictive, and I got Austin hooked on it. I've gotten my friends, like other friends, hooked on it, and it's just like amazing, and we literally send each other pictures back and forth, and it's just great. I love the Happy Color app, but you have been warned. It is incredibly addictive. You cannot just pick it up and do one. You have to do like 4 or 5 at a time. I don't make the rules. It's just what happens. But yeah, so Happy Color has been a definite favorite of this month. Our record player, again, has been a big favorite of this month because on April 22nd, I believe was the date, it was Record Store Day, and this was the first Record Store Day that I had ever really honestly heard about and also attended. So if you don't know, basically once a year, kind of twice a year, because they also do it on Black Friday, sort of, but anyways, once a year, it's called Record Store Day, and basically a bunch of artists will release exclusive vinyls that only record stores will sell, and it's only like small independent record stores will sell. And so basically it helps to like promote sales in these small record stores so that they stay in business, and it's like kind of supporting local, and also like a lot of artists will like do things that have never been really done before. So anyways, this year there was 2 records that I was like very interested in getting. One obviously was Folklore Long Pond Studio Sessions. I'll get them up. They're right here anyway. So the first one was the Taylor Swift Folklore Long Pond Studio Sessions. So in 2020, when the pandemic happened, Taylor obviously released Folklore, which was like the first pandemic album of the 2 that she released. And like, I obviously have loved Taylor Swift forever. And like when she just released that, it was just like, it just felt very like normal in a time that like really nothing felt normal. And then she did the Long Pond Studio Sessions, which was a Disney Plus exclusive where she performed all the songs live acoustic. And they released the songs on Apple Music, yes, and Spotify and whatever. But she released for Record Store Day only a vinyl that was exclusive that had all the Long Pond Studio Sessions on it, and I just knew I needed this because an acoustic album on a record just hits different. It's so nice and it just sounds so good, and like, so that was like a must. And then the other one was the 1975. I don't want to say I'm a casual listener, but I also don't want to say I'm like a huge fan, but I also don't want to say that I'm like not really a fan. Like, in high school, loved the 1975. Like, I was so in a phase of the 1975, and then like just always like kind of listened to them here and there, and like, I don't know, they're like a band that I'm not like avidly like, I love them, like Taylor Swift or Harry Styles, but they're ones that like anytime I hear a song, I'm bopping and I love it. But anyways, they were the ambassadors this year for the Record Store Day, and they released a exclusive vinyl that honestly, I think it was like, I don't know the total number, but most of the records went to Europe because they're a European band. But I think there was only like 2,500 that got released in North America, so Canada and the States. And I could not believe it. When we got to the record store, we got there at 2 a.m. We lined up at 2 a.m. We were first in line, obviously. But when we got there, I did not think that they had this record at my record store, and I said, if you guys have it, like, you know, can I have it? And this was the only one that they had at the record store, and I was so happy I got it. It is the 1975 Live at the BBC Philharmonic Orchestra, so they did a lot of their songs. Most of the songs are from their second album. They had a couple of their first album, but it was just like so nice. But I just love the whole experience of going to record store day. We got to line up with a bunch of other like Swifties, and it was just kind of cool to like chill and hang out with people. And like I said to Austin, like it was tiring that day. Like we literally got up at 2 a.m. We lined up. We were there until 8:30 probably because the doors opened at 8. But it was just like so much fun. And if any of my like any other artists that I like do record store day again in the future, I definitely would do it again. I loved it. It was so much fun. And yeah, so again, records and my record player, I love it. I love it so much. I've also expanded my record collection a lot since the last couple months. So at some point, if you guys ever want to see it, I will happily show you all the records that I have. But it has expanded a lot in the last little while. What else did I want to talk about? Another thing that has consumed my life, again, it always kind of consumes my life, but it kind of comes in waves and flows. But I have been obsessed with buying pins, and this is what it comes down to. The low spend month did not happen. I participated in a lot of live pin sales, and I've been opening more mystery packs because we kind of always have mystery packs on hand because I just like having them to have like a little bit of magic when I feel like a little bit down. So like we kind of just like have some by the bed, and like every once in a while Austin and I will be like, want to open a mystery pack? And we do. So I don't know why I'm losing my voice. So anyways, I think I have about 4 packages that I'm waiting on from different pin sales. So lots of pins coming, and I'm very excited about it because I freaking love Disney pins. They're like, I just love them so much. They're my favorite thing ever. They're back there in all their glory, and they just make me so happy. It's crazy how little scraps of metal could make somebody so happy, but they really do. I really will say, they really make me happy. But yeah, that's like basically it. That's like most of the things that have been going on this month. It's been a weird month, but you know, it is what it is. There's just going to be months that happen. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I appreciate your love and support always. I also will say I got a lot of really nice comments around my birthday. I don't really like advertise that it's my birthday when it's my birthday, but on my birthday this year, like I just posted like a little picture of me blowing out a candle on my cupcake, and I just got a lot of really nice messages. And like I just want to say, like, specifically to the people who are like lurkers, like if you are just somebody who like watches my videos all the time, you never comment on anything, you never like stuff on Instagram, you never like interact in any other way other than just watching my videos consistently, like I see you and I know you are there because I am that person for so many other people, and like I just know how other people make me feel, and I hope that I can make you feel the same way. And like just know that like I appreciate your support so much, even if you don't feel like you comment enough or you feel like you don't like reach out or anything. Like, oh my gosh, like I appreciate you guys so much, because I had a couple people message me who I didn't recognize their username, because normally I have like the same like influx of people that kind of will send me messages and comment on stuff, and I do recognize a lot of you, but like there was just certain people that like they messaged me and I'm like, oh, I've never seen a message by them before, and like they just said like such nice things, and I always am just like reminded like there are people that just do not comment, and like they're out there, and like I just want to say thank you so much, so much for just like watching my stuff and supporting me, and just like, you know, letting me into your life and just like letting me hang out with you. And yeah, anyways, I'm not gonna get emotional again, this is getting dramatic, but I hope you guys like this video. Here's to 26. I'm excited for this year. I really feel like a lot of big things are gonna happen in the year that I am 26, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm not putting too much pressure on it, but I'm excited. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give the thumbs up, subscribe, comment if you want, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.